The Real Betty Boop, the untold story of Baby Esther Jones. When we think of Betty Boop, most people picture the big eyes, short curls, and that famous Boop-oop-a-doop voice from the old cartoons. But what most people don't know is that the real inspiration behind Betty Boop wasn't the white singer Helen Kane. It was a young black performer from Harlem named Esther Jones, better known on stage as Baby Esther. Today, we're uncovering the story that history tried to erase. Betty Boop has been one of the most recognizable cartoon characters since the 1930s. But behind the cute voice and flirty style was a hidden figure, a child performer whose talent was borrowed, copied, and almost forgotten. This is the true story of Baby Esther, the original Black Betty Boop. Early life. A born performer, Esther Jones was born around 1919 or 1920 in Chicago. She was entertaining audiences before she even started grade school. By age 4, she was singing, dancing, making funny faces, and using playful nonsense phrases in her act. Things like boo-boo-boo, do-do-do, and yes. Boop-oop-a-doop. Her parents managed her at first, but it was when a Harlem promoter named Lou Bolton took her on in 1924 that her stage career truly took off. She soon became known as Baby Esther, and New York audiences loved her. By the late 1920s, she was performing at legendary black venues like the Cotton Club and the Savoy, places that helped shape the Harlem Renaissance, the performance that changed everything. In 1928, Baby Esther performed at the Everglades nightclub in New York. In the crowd that night was another up-and-coming entertainer, Helen Kane. Kane watched Esther's entire act, the scat singing, the baby voice style, and especially the playful boop-boop-a-doop phrases. It made an impression. And not long after that, Helen Kane began using the same vocal style in her own routines. Kane became an overnight sensation with songs like I Want to Be Loved by You. The public loved the sound. Hollywood loved the sound. And animators loved the sound too. So when Betty Boop debuted in 1930, her voice sounded almost exactly like Helen Kane, who had copied Baby Esther. It was another painful example of how black performers' ideas were often taken, repackaged, and credited to others. The lawsuit that exposed the truth. In 1932, Helen Kane filed a $250,000 lawsuit claiming that the creators of Betty Boop stole her style. But the trial took an unexpected turn. Baby Esther's manager, Lou Bolton, was called as a witness. He testified under oath that Kane had seen Baby Esther perform in Harlem years earlier. He explained that Esther was already using boo-boo-boo, do-do-do, and boop-boop-a-doop before Kane ever recorded a song. To make it even more clear, the court was shown a rare sound film of Baby Esther performing, proving that the style originated with a black child singer, not Helen Kane. The judge ruled against Helen Kane, stating that she did not invent the baby voice style. The public finally had proof. Baby Esther was the real originator of what became Betty Boop's signature sound. Erasure and confusion. You would think this court victory would have secured Esther Jones a place in history, but it didn't. Even though evidence showed that she was the source, Esther Jones never received public credit, money, or recognition. The studios never promoted her connection to Betty Boop. And over time, her identity became tangled with other singers named Esther, especially Esther Phillips, another famous black performer with a similar nickname. Many photographs were mislabeled. Articles confused the two women. And because Baby Esther was performing so young, very little about her adult life was recorded. For decades, her legacy faded into the background. A legend lost to time. Different sources disagree about what happened to Esther Jones later in life. Some reports say she passed away early, not long after the trial. Others, including black newspapers, claim she lived into the 1980s. The truth is unclear because Black performers of the early 1900s were rarely documented with care or respect. But what is clear is this: her influence shaped one of the most iconic cartoon characters of all time. The real Betty Boop. Even today, Betty Boop merchandise sells worldwide. Vintage items can sell for hundreds of dollars. Cartoons still air on television and streaming services. Cosplay events celebrate the character. Entire festivals are dedicated to her image. But behind all of that, behind the curls, the big eyes, and that famous voice, is a little Black girl from Harlem who never got her due. Esther, Baby Esther Jones was the true inspiration, the original voice, and the creative spark behind Betty Boop's style. And it's time the world said her name. Baby Esther's story is a reminder of how many Black artists shaped American culture without ever receiving the recognition they deserved. Her contribution wasn't just stolen, it was nearly erased. But today, we honor her. We remember her. And we say clearly, Esther Baby Esther Jones was the real Betty Boop.